What is going on, everyone? James, Third Bass Lures, out in the backyard today, and I'm gonna throw a quick shad pattern on this bait. I got my cleaner, my reducer. I got some sepia, some fluorescent yellow, I got silver, and I got some color shift blue. I have my material to wrap with. I have blow dryer to blow dry. I have an old needle to help like pick and clean up, so I don't have to use my new needle on picking and cleaning like the front. Sometimes I'll use Q-tips. Got my clips to wrap with. I got this little guy so I can stir inside the cup, and I got a little thing of water to help clean. And got my little chair here. Let me scoot this over. I got a little ladder out the backyard, but I'm gonna set my camera on. I think that's probably gonna be too far away. So anyways, I'm going to get to painting this, and yeah, I'm gonna get to painting it. Probably cut it up, fast forward it or something. The motor for the airbrush gets really loud, it gets annoying. I'm sure you guys don't want to hear that the whole time, so I'm going to get to painting. It's hot out here, so I have to reduce this paint. this next color here, this color shift blue. It's like a teal. It's really thick, so you have to reduce this stuff. It's a folk art color. Comes out pretty cool, but I mean it is thick, so you gotta super duper reduce it. You gotta do like about 50 to 50, sometimes a little bit more than that. Do it in light coats, and like really light coats, and hit it with the heat. Do about 2 or 3 coats of this stuff. And what's next? Alright everyone, so it's really hot out here and it's very difficult to airbrush. My airbrush keeps clogging up on me constantly because it's like 100 degrees out here, but it's still cooler than my bait room. And so far we got silver on the bottom, we got the yellow on the side, and we got the color shift green on the back. I went back and I hit that yellow a second time on the sides to make it pop a little bit more, because I accidentally did a little bit too much of the color shift on the back because I was doing layers. That's alright. And then I wanted to show you guys this guy. Put some eyeballs on it. I did some detail work on it, some fins, some cheek area. I messed up a little bit. This part of this pink was supposed to be up here, and that's because the tail was twisted when I had it wrapped. So that's something for me to pay attention to in the future. Is I got to make sure that that's straight like that. But besides that, came up pretty cool. There's this guy. It's the snake, and I threw those snake eyes on there. I double wrapped it back up, and I went back over and I hit a bunch of it with more browns and more sepias. Came out pretty cool. This guy should be pretty cool to throw. This one is number 37. That one's number 36. I will make this one number 38. It's kind of crazy to think that I've only made 38 wooden lures. Someday those numbers will go way up. I'm trying to keep track. I'm pretty sure that's an accurate number. I may be one number off here, but pretty cool, man. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this guy now with my material here, and then I'm going to clip it on with my clips, and I'm gonna hit it with sepia, and that will bring everything together. We'll see here in a second. Alright, so I got her all wrapped up. There's some clips on there, holding the material on. Now we're going to throw some sepia and airbrush here. This thing. It still pours weird out of this bottle. It's got some dried up stuff on the inside there. at here. That looks pretty decent. What I will do here, so come back on the top, just barely, and hit a little tiny bit of sepia right here on the face. Switch out, turn this guy on. 5 or 6 drops. Right, everyone, so as you can see, I mean, that looks pretty good. And you seen how easy I did that pattern. I mean, it was just silver, yellow, and a little bit of blue, and then wrap it and peg it with the clips, the alligator clips, and then hit it with the sepia, take off the material, and then just give it a little bit of sepia over the top to blend it all. Get that little blend, and there you go. Pretty simple, pretty simple. The other thing, as you can see in the video, is in between every time I do colors, except for when you're doing, you don't have to color set in between the silver, the fluorescent yellow, and the green on the top, but I like to do it sometimes. You can do it to get it to kind of blend a little more. They call it painting wet on wet. I did this one dry, so you can go wet on wet and skip hitting it with a heat gun or an air dryer in between. But with the top, when you're doing layers, you always want to hit it in between the layers. So I did like 3 or 4 layers of that blue. I already took that in the house. And then yeah, so this guy basically is ready to go. What I do is I let this paint sit for about 24 hours before I clear coat it, sometimes longer than that, because I have taken baits, painted them, and then clear coated them, and there is still moisture in the paint, and it tries to get out and it gets locked behind the clear coat, and you don't want that, because then you get little like weird spots in your paint, and it can make your paint chip off and stuff like that. So you want to make sure your paint is set. When I do my base coats, I use Rust-Oleum spray paint, and that stuff will soak into the wood, and it takes like a day for that stuff to dry. Sometimes the Rust-Oleum is really tacky, but I found it to be a really quick and easy base coat for me. I used to dip my lures in like sealer and all that stuff. It's not really necessary, I don't think. So anyways, this guy's done, and this one is for bass aggressive. So haha, here's your bait, dude. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying to get on it. It's so hot out here, and I'm struggling to get everything done, but it's coming along, man. This year has just been very unnormal. This year has been very unnormal. Get back on everything and get back on track. I've been drawing up a ton of stuff, man. I came up with, oops, I came up with another bait today that I will be cutting and building. I went on Lure Parts online, and I bought a lot of the walker wings like I was talking about, and I got some other stuff. I got the jitterbug type lips that I'm going to be putting on some baits, and I have some really funny whimsical stuff that I'm going to make that I've drawn up, and I think it'd be funny to make a few of those things. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. James Thurman Bass Slayers, doing up some paint on some lures. Now these guys have dried. These guys are actually ready now for me to go inside and start clear coating these guys. So I think that's my next step, is to start clear coating sections of these, because you got to do these guys in sections. let it dry, let it completely dry. Don't be like me and be impatient and go try to grab it and stick your finger on the actual bait with the epoxy. What I do is whatever I mix the epoxy on, I'll leave that little tray or the little mixer thing that I get. Like if I mixed it in this right here, I just mix a little bit, 2-ton epoxy, mix it together, and then I keep that lid or whatever I used, and if I want to see if it's still tacky, I go to the lid and I see if that lid's tacky. Don't go to the bait and see if it's tacky, because you're going to leave fingerprints on your clear coat, and you don't want to leave fingerprints on your clear coat. I've done it, and it sucks. So, anyways, we're in bass layers out here in the backyard, messing with these baits, and that's it, I guess to say. I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys for watching. Well, everyone, I proceeded to start to go into the house and pack everything up, and I realized that I did not even do the side details on this guy, so we are going to put some details on this guy. Alright everyone, so I'm going to come back with some acrylic paints. Let's get my deliveries up front. Come back with some acrylic paints and go around the gill plates. Probably do like a light black or something, or brown, and then do some red. Maybe do a little bit of highlight around that. Put the number on this guy and sign it. And then get ready to put the eyeballs on it. And that's about it. So, just keeping my camera on there. So I got all these stencils. I just hand cut all these. Like you can take that, put it over the gill plate, and just like spray that little spot. I got so many different little stencils of things that I've cut out. I just take like old parts off of packaging, or pieces of little manila folder, and I cut these different stencils for different things. Used a bunch of these. I like to use the packaging off of the bigger baits, the clear plastic. Make your own stencils. I mean, you can buy stencils online, or you can cut them out if you have like a cricket or something. But I like to use these bigger stencils. That's the one I used on the side of that pink bait. Pretty cool little design I cut out. You know, it's just weird things like this that came off the Power Pro box. Anytime you ever need a half circle or something, you got that. You know, it's just little things for tricks for airbrushing. I got a whole bunch of different sizes of gill things cut out. Different stuff. Anyways, something else here, like drawings that I was doing. I think what I'm going to do, because I've been doing painting and stuff for a long time, is these things are kind of just like rough sketched out with pen. I drew a couple of these in the dark, so they're kind of sloppy. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some canvases. You guys want your name on the canvas or something, I can do some stuff like that too, along with doing debates and all that. Been painting canvases for quite a while. I've canvases. Anyways, I think I'm gonna start doing that, so you might see some paintings popping up on my Instagram once I get a new phone. Get back to doing some more stuff. I got some more blanks to paint, and I got a bunch of footage to edit. We went out and we went fishing the other day at Rancho Seco and got our butts handed to us. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Urban Bass Layers. And, like, subscribe, and share. Tell your friends about us. And I'll see you guys next time on the next video. Thanks for watching. with paintbrush, and I just used the airbrush colors instead of acrylics. I think that came out really good. I really like that. It's kind of hard sometimes building baits like this because I build so many things that are so cool, and it's like I want to keep them all, but there's no reason to keep them all, no way to keep them all. Anyways, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, number 38. And yeah, there we go. Yeah, I could have cleaned up the belly on the actual wood a little bit better here, you know. And once you get the epoxy on there and everything, I'm also going to put a coating on this of like that dragonfly glitter stuff. I have two different colors I usually use. A lighter color with like some blues in it on the bottom, and then the darker one with some more purples and blues and stuff on the top. So it'll give it some more bling, and there should be. Making a bunch of these. I think these things are pretty cool, man. Anyways, once again, thanks for watching, guys.